Jason Meszaros, a retired Army intelligence officer, the Nixon Library hosted this event. For more information, visit nixonlibraryfoundation.org.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a great new book out called Interrogation of Morals by Captain Jason Meszaros. It caught our eye, and we thought we would ask him to come here to talk about his tour of duty in Afghanistan because it's truly extraordinary. We want him to talk to you about his experiences. We thought this is a great story to tell you about today, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Jason Meszaros.
Thank you. It's definitely an honor to be here. To be perfectly honest, when I got there, I thought I knew what freedom and liberty meant, and I didn't. I didn't understand. I didn't know it until I experienced something over there. There was a day, and I worked with all the bearded guys that you'd see on TV. We're pretty scary. So this day, we're in Kabul, the capital city of Afghanistan, and I'm out on the street pulling security as my team's inside one of the buildings. And as I'm standing there, an older gentleman and a little girl, maybe 4, 5, 6 years old, came walking towards me. And I'd been through this before. I'd been in situations where you get surrounded by children, you get surrounded by a crowd, but this seemed different. And as they walked towards me, my heart began to race. I could feel, I started to perspire, my blood pressure was rising. It got very tense very quickly. And as they approached me, I didn't know how to react. And that was the first time since I'd been there. In all my training, I didn't know how to react. So I let them come up to me. And when they got there, the little girl extended her hand. She wanted to shake my hand. And when I took her hand, she said, "Thank you for freeing our country." And that was the moment. That was it for me. When I looked at that little girl and looked in her eyes, and I saw what she was now going to have, she was going to get an education. She was going to be able to go to school. She was going to not have to wear a burqa every day. What she was getting because we had delivered them freedom. That moment was powerful for me, and it set it apart, and that was when I understood what freedom truly was. And I think we take that for granted here in America. We're free to go to school. We're free to go shopping. We're free to drive. We're free to go to church or not go to church. We're free to dress how we want. We're free to do whatever we want to do. We're free to be Americans because we're Americans. This little girl would now have opportunities that she never would have had in the past because we delivered that gift to her. And it took me halfway through my deployment and that little girl before I saw it, before the light bulb went off for me. We need to treasure and respect what we have here and not take it for granted. Our soldiers and our veterans have a unique experience and a perspective because of where we've been and what we have done. We know that war is ugly. We know what it is like to fight for what we truly believe in so that our children may follow with the same privileges, rights, and freedoms. As a soldier, I took an oath to defend this country and the Constitution. And to a lot of people, that sounds cliche. But to a veteran, it means everything, because when we take that oath is our word. It's our integrity. In today's world where there's a lack of integrity, where people need to mean what they say and say what they do and have the courage to follow through on their word, here's the message I want to leave with people today. When you meet a veteran, encourage them to continue serving, even if they've left the military. There's probably some historians in here who can tell me how many of our presidents have military experience. It's pretty significant, and there's a reason for that, because of the leadership skills, because of the decision making. We've been there, and we've made decisions that are life and death, so we understand that. I want veterans to stay engaged when they come home and not go sit on the couch. And I do it. I have my moments where I sit on the couch and I play with my beautiful 2-year-old little girl, and I love it. And she's the best thing that's ever happened to me. But I wouldn't trade the time that I served simply because it taught me so much. It taught me so much about experience and about what we can give to this world. So when you meet a veteran, look them in the eye And when you look them in the eye, you'll see the experience. You might see sadness, you might see pain, but you'll also see the ability to overcome anything that gets thrown at you in life. We've not forgotten, and we will never forget, and we will continue to fight. Our soldiers will continue to fight until we win this war. And finally, thank them for what they're doing and what they're sacrificing, and then thank their family. I learned on September 11th that I cannot take America for granted any longer. America can look to the future, and I believe our future lies in the courage and integrity of our veterans. Thank you.